Diamonds, let me tell you something. You are what you have been searching for your entire life. You are the love, the admiration, the protection, the presence, the security, the magic, everything you have always desired and dreamed of. Everything. It's never been out there. It was never out there. It's you, and it has always been you. The problem is, and I say this with so much love, because I was there too. So many of us go digging in the dirt, looking for the diamonds and not realizing that we are already that. You're digging for something that you already are. You know, when we think we see sparkle in other people, when we think we see radiance and brilliance and all the things shining through, and it's some rare gem that we have to chase, we think that if we could just get them, win them, be like them, get that, do that, have that, that will finally feel worthy. And the thing is, that's not the case. We think that if we achieve that one person or that one thing or that one job or that one goal, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to put the title on, right? That will finally be seen, will finally be chosen, will be safe, will be recognized. But the plot twist is, Diamonds, every person you were ever drawn to, every soul you've ever chased, every hand you've ever reached for in desperation, in sadness, it was just a mirror reflecting you. You are the light. You are the depth. You desire to be what you already are. Your desire to be loved in the same grand way that you've always been capable of loving, you know? You've always wanted to receive what you've been giving, and you've done it in the way that you went out and chased for it, and you looked for it, and you searched for it high and low, when it was always you. I say this with so much love because this is kind of a little touchy topic for some people. You know, we're told fairy tales growing up that someone's coming to save us, a prince, a friend, a sister, a mentor. Someone will swoop in and see us in our highest form. They will see us where we are at our lowest and take us to our highest. But fairy tales aren't false, they're just symbolic, you know? I'm not one of those people that say, oh, fairy tales aren't real. I don't believe that, but I do think that they're symbolic, right? The person that you've been looking to come save you is you, because you are the prince. You are the godmother. You are the rescuer, okay? Let that sink in. We spend our lives knocking on doors when all along we've had the keys in our own purse. You are the person who's going to come and save you. You are the person who's going to see who you are when you're not at your best and take you there. You are the person that's going to be there for you late nights, early mornings, when you don't know what to do. You are the person that has all of the answers. And, you know, I want to say this. Now, let me talk to the diamonds who got trapped by the mirrors, okay? The diamonds that fell for the ruse. There are people in this world, and some call them narcissists, energy vampires, soul type predators, whatever you want to call them. But they recognize your light before you do. Okay? That's what they all have in common. They all recognize the light you have before you do. They see your search and they feel your hunger for connection, and they become whatever you are searching for, like chameleons, like reflections. You know, you'll be having a conversation, you'll be sharing, opening up, and you could say, you know, I want someone gentle, and they mirror softness. They show you softness. You say, I want a ride or die friend, and they say, oh, that's me, girl. I'm there with you. Or you might say, you know, I want to be adored and protected, and they pour it on like honey in the first act. Keyword, the first act. They start off exactly how you want them to be. But baby, what you are seeing is you. What you were seeing was you. When when all the dust settles, when everything happens, and you finally realize who they were, and you thinking like, how did I get fooled? How did I let that happen? Because you were seeing you in the beginning. And then once that mask slipped, that's when you started to see them. That's how it happened. They were mirroring your capacity to love, to uplift, to give, not because they had it, but because you did. They were only following your playbook. That's how people can seem like these magical, majestic, just Prince Charming, these best friends. It's just, oh my goodness, it's like I'm talking to the same person. It's because you are. You're talking to yourself. They've studied you. They know how to be you, but they don't know how to keep it up. That's how the mask slips. And don't be ashamed if you fell for it, because I did too. Don't beat yourself up if you got lost in the fantasy of finally being seen and finally finding your person. It wasn't your fault. We're wired to chase what feels like home, even if it's a haunted one. And when I was going through this, realizing, oh my goodness, I really fell for a mirror and a trap. And I couldn't understand. I was like, well, this happened for a reason. But what was the purpose? You know what was the purpose, Diamond? And it took me going through it to realize, after you go through something like that, right? You start to speak and say, well, how could they do this to me? I'm such a beautiful person. I have such a great heart. I'm so resilient. I'm so charismatic. I'm so compassionate. And then you start, when you're in your own space, you start reiterating, well, how could they do this to me? Because I'm this, this, and this. And then you start to realize, wait. I'm this, this, and this. I don't need that. I don't need this bare minimum person. I don't need this bare minimum situation. I don't need this bare minimum energy, succubus type environment. It's the moment, that is the beautiful thing about going through things like these. You finally realize who you are because you start advocating for yourself. And when you're trying to make yourself feel better, you realize, hold up, I am better. Hold up, I am better than this. That's why this didn't work out, because I'm better than this whole situation. And Diamonds, I want to say this now with love, okay? If you guys don't recognize, this message is coming from love. It's time to wake up. It's time to come home to yourself. It's time to choose you, because the moment you stop chasing mirrors, you start standing in your full reflection. Let's look at some women in history. And, I was really, when I was talking or thinking about coming up with this message and how to structure, I wanted to give you guys some women in history that you can kind of see what I'm talking about, right? And, these women, they turned into love stories when in fact, they were just self-realization journeys. Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, she was known for her beauty and her romance with two powerful men, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, But Cleopatra was behind the power. She was behind it all. She used her intellect, her diplomacy, and her sheer presence to rule one of the most powerful civilizations of her time. The men weren't her answer. She was the answer. Marilyn Monroe, she was a symbol of love, lust, and longing. People remember the red lips and the white dress. I love that. I love that scene. It's so beautiful to me. But not the depth. She once said, "I restore myself when I'm alone." Do you resonate with that? Because I do. She searched for belonging in studios, in the eyes of men, and applause. But in the end, she was the storm and the sunshine. And she was the myth that could never be contained. Whitney Houston, she had one of the greatest voices of all time, but she struggled for years with love that couldn't hold her. It wasn't until later in her journey that she began to reclaim herself. And she was always the main act. She loved life. And the love that she was chasing, that was her own brilliance calling her home. And Diamonds, these are not tragedies. These are initiations. Your heartbreak was an awakening. Your loneliness was an invitation and your pain was a portal. Diamond, you've searched, you've cried over people who couldn't love you back. You've shrunk for the ones who couldn't handle your fullness. You've begged for the bare minimum just to feel seen by someone who didn't deserve to be seen with you. But now, you're becoming the person you were looking for. You are the protector. You are the nurturer. You are the voice of reason and the hands that hold you at night. You are the soft place to land. You are the fire that lights up rooms. You are the divine. You are the one you've always needed. And it's okay if that feels uncomfortable at first. Power does that. Truth does that. But it's time to stop knocking on doors and start opening your own kingdom gates. Diamonds, I want to say this with all love. You are seen, you are heard, and you are validated here. And I want to help you and give you tools that are practical, because being heard isn't just a vibe. It's a lifestyle. It's a strategy. It's a mindset. You can start here. You can start with daily habits. You can use the daily planning sheet from the maincharacterforever.com to plan your own day. And starting by planning your own day, you begin to plan your own life. You can speak things into existence, speak the life into your existence with my I Am Her affirmation sheets. There's 120 affirmations on this sheet to reprogram your mind and remind yourself that you are becoming the main character. You are her. There are 21-day transformation guides to help you, whether it's in beauty, health, wealth, confidence. We have all the digital guides that you need on the website, themaincharacterforever.com. And email me directly at maincharacterforever1@gmail.com. If you have anything that you need, advice, a guidance, or you just want to share your journey with, I'm not just talking to you, I'm walking with you. Diamonds, I love you, and you are not missing anything. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You're not hard to love. You're not behind. You are the one, and you are the mirror. You are the search and the destination. You are the power and the answer, and you are the dream and the dreamer. So stop waiting, stop begging, and stop shrinking. Stand up. Girl, stand up. Straighten your crown and step into the life that you've always desired, because it's yours to claim. You have arrived, Diamond. Your next level is waiting, and I'm here with you. I love you, Diamonds, and I will talk to you soon.